Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our health planners for the next week in September. And I've got this friction pin ready to go, as well as this line it up, check it off list, this foam memo printer where I print my stat stickers, and this sticker book which I'll pull from. Okay, so this week I am using a sticker book I just picked up on clearance. This sticker book was $4 at Michael's. Once that back to school line went on sale, I think I mentioned in my last video I had picked up one on sale and they just totally discounted everything and things were flying off the shelf. So I came into Michael's and found only this sticker book left, but I thought that I could use these apples in a good spread and thought it would be worth it for the $4 to get the whole sticker book. So that is where this all started, and since right now is apple picking season here in Southern California, I thought, well, it'd be nice to do kind of like an apple spread, and then I thought it would be good in my health because, you know, health and apples and that all kind of goes together. So that's where this idea came from. And I wasn't really sure how I wanted to use them. I have a whole page, as you can see, of them, but I didn't want to use those quotes. So I've cut those out using my precision cutter. Perfect for that. Just cut them out straight there on the sticker sheet and am using the apples as is without that quote. So I'm laying those in and began with some different ideas. I thought I might do like a cluster in the bottom or maybe like just apples across the middle. And I got the idea that I could do a border, and I haven't done a border, I don't think, in my health planner ever. So I thought, well, that would be a really fun way to do it with these apples. There's plenty of them. I should be able to do a full border, I think, since I'm going to be trimming out and reusing the trimmings. And I think it would be really cute. Color schemes all go together, you know, bam, bam, bam. I was thinking, yes, perfect, it's going to be cool. So I started laying in the apples, and I'm kind of following the same color order as I go through for the most part. Some of them I get a little bit, or I skip a red here or somewhere, and then when I get into the upper corner you'll see there's a little bit of a contrast there, but overall I was keeping the same color order so that I could mix them up and vary the apples as I went. I did that, and I decided to take a break here and put in a quote across the middle just for some excitement there. And then work my sidebar just to see what other stickers are in here and how that was all going to play out there in the sidebar. So I saved one of the apples, which was one of the clear apple stickers, and am using that in the sidebar as kind of like a main decor piece. Layering it with one of the quotes I think was a good match for it. And now I'm going through and I'm looking for some other elements for the sidebar, mainly for my habit trackers and my goals, how I want to organize this area and make it look good, and also provide that functionality that I need for habit tracking and for setting my weekly goals. I pulled in a banner, which I really liked, for a defined goals area, and then I brought in some box stickers as well, which I'm going to turn into habit trackers using that stencil I showed you earlier in the video. I'm also trying some sticker strips out, seeing if I want to add those in, but I think I'm going to kind of keep it a little bit simple in the middle and just kind of focus on the border, make that the star of the show. Like I said, I started layering in those apple stickers and realized I'm not going to have enough to go all the way around, even if I do trim them off. You can kind of see how much I have left over, and I pulled pretty much all of the stickers with the black line outline And then there's another sheet of apples, but it has a gold foiling on top of it, which is the outline is replaced. So most of them have like a black, I don't know, kind of like a drawn outline, and on the other sheet it's gold. So I really didn't want to introduce gold, but I kind of felt like I had no choice at this point because I needed more apples and I had used everything else I had on the other sheet. I'm switching out some of the apples selectively with the gold and kind of mixing them up so that they're kind of woven in there and move things around a little bit. And now that I've gotten 2 sides completely covered, that should be enough to do the entire spread, since I will be cutting most of these apples in half or more and be able to reuse those trimmings on the opposite sides. So we're going to go ahead and get started by trying to slide these guys off of the wax paper. I will say that it's a little bit harder down here at the bottom because I have so little of the apple that I wanted to overlap on the page. So, I basically have to uncover almost the entire apple just to get a little sliver to stick down for the page itself. And of course, when I did that, some of the apples just got a little bit over, I pushed them a little bit too high up. I don't want them to encroach upon that usable space I use there for my stat stickers, so I had to place a few of those manually. Luckily, these stickers are very forgiving with the repositioning, so it was easy for me to make that adjustment. And then now I'm going and trimming and saving those trimmings again on the wax paper, so I have them there ready to go for the other 2 sides. So I've trimmed those out, they look pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and try with this side to do a little bit better job with sliding those apples off the wax paper. Like I said, trying to give myself as much space as possible since it's such a small area of the apple here at the bottom that's going to overlap. And that worked a lot better on this side, I think, just because I knew I needed to give myself a lot of leeway there on the stickers. There is a little bit of height, I did push up a little bit higher than I had it originally, but not so much like it was on the other page. So I just went ahead and went with it and am trimming those stickers out now. Again, saving the clippings. And for some reason, I kind of jumped the gun here and decided to lay down my sidebar stickers. I should have waited. That's what I had originally thought to do, but then, I don't know, I think I wanted to have a clean sheet of wax paper for sliding off. I didn't want to have any other stickers be affected by the slide off roll technique I use. So then that kind of caused me to jump the gun on the sidebar, which you'll see later down the road. I kind of have to pick up a few of those stickers to fit the rest of the border underneath them, but it was a pretty painless situation. I also just whited out the thin lines in the middle so that I can put in that "think happy" quote, and I'm just letting that dry while I put in the border here on the right hand side. You also probably saw me doing a little bit of erasing. I had some, I don't know if it was dirt or maybe like graphite on my desktop from the last spread I did, but it kind of picked up on the page. So just trying to erase it off and kind of clean up the layout a little bit since it did pick up some like dark areas along the page. That's what I was erasing earlier. And here again. So I already slid off the right hand side and trimmed out those excess pieces. So now I'm ready to set up the other 2 sides with what I have here left over. So I'm just going to lay down the wax paper again, just so I can make sure that everything fits properly and that, it's going to go smoothly when I actually transfer it to the page. I really wish I was more of a brave soul like some of the planner babes I see there on YouTube and Instagram, where they just stick stickers down and let them be. It's so not me. I wish it was, but it's so not me. I like things just like I like things, and so I like to have the freedom to make adjustments and to change on a whim if I don't like how things are going. And sometimes the stickers are not forgiving depending on the type of, I guess, adhesive they use on those stickers. So it's just safer to use the wax paper, for me at least, so I can try things out and be indecisive and, work it until I feel really good about the end result. Well, I'm trying a few different things. Luckily, I have a lot more space up here at the top, which I really am enjoying here. So I'm using some of those bigger apple pieces here at the top, and I tried to use the thinner pieces on the edges where I needed to have space there, like around my habit tracker. Or I just, knew I wasn't going to want to push too much into the spread. But here at the top, I have a lot more freedom. So I am just kind of picking them out, again, trying to keep that color order going, but once I get near the end here, the greens get pretty close to each other, and so I end up pulling in just a different apple and bringing in a little bit more of that gold too, so that I can kind of break that up. But I think it isn't too distracting, that additional color being right there together. And okay, I think this looks good. The middle should be plenty dry by now, so we're going to go ahead and lay in that middle quote. And I was having a hard time grabbing that with the tweezers for some reason. So I got the Think Happy down. We're going to go ahead and start with the top and move those over, since again I have a little bit more of the apple that I can work with, so it's a little bit easier to roll off. The only tricky thing about working with these clippings is that they have that straight edge, so if they are supposed to align straight to the page, I have to be a little bit more careful with that. Some of them I am pushing up or down and not using the full sticker, so I will just trim off those excess pieces. And once you've used a sticker twice, usually the pieces are not reusable after that. So you can cut it once and then like on an edge and then realign that straight edge. But once you cut it again, unless you have like a corner piece that you can kind of stick it in with two edges, usually once you clip it, that's it. So I've already laid in that top border and I'm loving how that looks. And so now we're at the point where I'm going to put in the last side. And again, like I said, I kind of jumped the gun. So we have to lift up a few of these stickers so I can put them behind. So I just decided to move these guys over manually because of their straight edge and, how close they are to the edges and around the border. That went fairly smoothly overall. And I'll trim these out again and of course save any pieces that I can. I think that's going to be it for decor. I'm going to go ahead and drop in my stat stickers now, which I print on the foam memo printer I showed earlier. Just makes it easy. I can print on demand, and I have a few different templates that I can use. So I just picked the font that I thought best matched with the stickers that I have here in the sticker book and brought those in. And I just cut them up and laid those down so that I have my prompts ready to go. Just seeing if there's anything else I want to bring in as far as, my workout area or what, but I think I'm just going to keep it pretty simple. I also decided to change out my pen. I was going to use that red friction pen for my habit trackers, but Decided just to keep it black, kind of tying in those stat stickers and putting in the habit trackers with my stencil. Once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye!